Get fresh, you're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
What about my asthma?
I'll give you asthma.
Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show.
I want you to kill every golfer on the course.
Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Golfers! You're Greek, kid, not golfers. The little brown furry rodents.
We can do that.
Aye.
We don't even have to have a reason.
I'm alright. Nobody but about me.
This is the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Is this Russia? This isn't Russia. There's a force in the universe that makes things happen. And all you have to do is get in touch with it. Stop thinking, let things happen, be the ball.
And now, let's get this hit show started.
Dad, oh, he got all of that one. It's in the hole!
I'm alright. Nobody but about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Can't you just let
Well, here we go, Minnesota. Just a couple of days into summer, and it is perfect golfing weather. Finally.
Also, let's not forget Wisconsin.
I was just going to say, you're a Scotty now, aren't
yeah.
you?
Can we restart the show? Hey, Wisconsin and Minnesota, here we go.
I'm going to get to talk like this the whole day, so I'm going to be doing my spackler.
Yeah. We are live from just down the road from Hudson, Wisconsin, just across the river. I can see Minnesota from my porch.
I get that. For you kids, that's a Sarah Palin reference.
Uh-oh.
It's here for Sarah Palin.
Hey,
Yay.
Who's ready?
We're at the fabulous Troy Byrne Golf Course. If you've never been out here, it is gorgeous and beautiful. And an annual event happening today. We're crashing Rod Simon's party, the Golf for the Gift. Hey, Rod.
Good to see you guys. Welcome to Golf for the Gift.
And I understand almost every year you do this, you have fabulous weather.
We've only had one day where it was cold. I told everybody, they arrived, they gave us some money, I said, go home.
Yeah, right.
We're not golfing. It's too crappy.
It wasn't as bad as when Bill Murray took the priest out onto the course, though, was it?
No, but your reference of
Caddyshack,
of Malone. For Pete's sake, what am I talking about? The Saturday Night guy.
Oh, Bill Murray. No,
not the other golf movie.
Oh,
Billy Madison.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get my age and you're doing all these.
Yeah, we're
multitasking.
Bob Barker and he go at it.
Yeah. I think you should be working at the snack bar. You better relax, Bob. There is no way
I
that
just
you
love
could have
this.
been as bad at hockey as you are at golf. All right, let's go. You like that, old man? You want a piece of
None of this today, Rod.
My 9-year-old daughter's looking at me saying, can I please leave?
No, she's probably secretly going, I kind of want to watch that film. No, not for kids, not for kids. Today is all about kids. Look, we got a whole gaggle of kids right in front of us right now. Are these, well, first of all, tell us about exactly what's going to happen today with Gift for the Golf.
Well, Golf for the Gift will be, it's a day long, we spend the whole year planning this event, and we raise money and we give it to a 501c3 called Gift of Adoption Fund, and we actually raise money to help couples close that financial finish line to their adoption because it can be expensive. Our goal is to help them do what we did, and we created our forever family with this little beauty, 9-year-old Annie.
9 years old.
Can you say hello to everybody?
Right into the mic.
Come on, you can do it.
What's your favorite song?
You have a ton of them. Come on, you got to talk. Is she a dancer or a gymnast? She does one of these things. Are you a dancer?
Yes.
Oh.
How many types of dance do you partake?
I don't know.
Hip hop.
There's that many.
Let's talk about
Too
Minecraft.
many, Daddy.
And you're a happy kid?
Yeah.
She's got beautiful Viking stuff in her hair.
She kind of does. Are you ready to go and play with all your friends?
Yes.
Say thanks for listening.
Bye.
Perfect.
So she's good with instructions. Good.
So she'll be a teenager in a few years, and
Fix your
you'll
headset.
get.
I want to fix your headset. Oh, you're doing the 1 year thing.
I'm just doing the 1 year so I can hear instructions from people that are yelling at me.
I mentioned Vikings. Who's going to be other celebrities coming out to this thing? Then?
That's the beauty of this is that we have foursomes that people participate. You know, they bring companies and sponsors. Everybody comes out. Then we pair them with celebrities and musicians like G.B. Layton. Tim Mahoney's been out before. Chris Hockey. We have Randall McDaniel, Greg Coleman from the Vikings.
Oh, good.
Spielman Brzezinski from the Vikings will be out. They're adoptive parents themselves.
So they know.
So they know what the cause is all about.
We got to get Greg. We just had his son on the show yesterday.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Jr.
Greg Coleman's a good dude.
And you mentioned GB Layton. You got a rock and roll thing going in the fall, too.
We, in addition to doing the golf tournament in the summer, we wanted to reach out because, as you know, you guys here at Twin Cities Hit Show, you touch a lot of different people, their lives, and you run across all these folks. We mingle with a lot of musicians. So we figured, why don't we put together a little venue and do an acoustic show? One of my good friends is a former lead singer of Chicago.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he would come out to be a part of it. GB and hockey, and we have a comedian named Brad Upton, who was my track coach in high school,
Oh,
and
wow.
spent most of his time touring.
So
with,
what you're saying is this guy's very old.
No, he's not that old. I appreciate that. You always have a way of turning the conversation to its lowest ebb.
I think we need to have you and Rusty foot race at the end of this with the old track coach,
wow.
there to counsel.
Oh, kick is, you know what?
Yes, he actually would.
You look really cute in those little golf shoes.
The rock and roll event,
Pitter-patter.
though, is...
It's called Rock for the Gift. It's on September 20th.
Okay.
It's on the night of the Vikings home opener against the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
It'll feature Bill Champlin, Chris Hockey, GB Layton, and Brad Upton. And we are going to put tickets on sale the third week in July and announce the venue as well.
And this event here today, the golf for the gift,
Yes.
it's basically sold out, you said.
It is sold out.
So it's a big success again.
Thank you.
And for folks who want to maybe get on board next year.
Golfforthegift.com, and we're on Facebook. I am told we're also on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, there you go.
We're even hashtagging, Rod. We're taking this very seriously.
Hey, big dog at the end of the table. We're G4G8. Hashtag G4G8. Did I say that right?
Yeah, we did it right, too. We already hashtagged you.
Oh, you did?
And-
Nice.
We did.
Yeah.
And have you already started planning next year's? Is it a
We
year-round
have,
effort?
yeah. And we're planning the 10th as well. A big celebration with foods, wines, cheeses, and the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
On a hot day. We order this, and we get this.
When you see Randall McDaniel, head him our way. He's a Hall of Famer.
I will do that, and he doesn't need much prodding. I just gently ask him.
He doesn't need much prodding.
He's a big
No,
guy.
he does not.
No, he does
He's
not.
also a
And
ham.
I'm actually going to have him look out for you, Mr. in the yellow.
All right, before we let you go,
Please.
Timberwolves drafting tonight. What are your thoughts?
It's going to be Towns from Kentucky, which I think is awesome. I'm so glad that they are resisting this temptation to draft another guard. Don't do anything stupid. Pick the big guy. He's athletic. He can run. And the Timberwolves have a very bright future if they draft this kid. Because as you can see, Kentucky's been doing it right.
Yeah.
And he was the straw that was stirring them last year. How'd you like that little reference?
I like that.
Nice.
I got goosebumps.
It's a cocktail
I
reference.
appreciate it. And how about the Twins, boys?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Shocking.
What, they had a good game last night?
80 games, and they're still fun.
That's good. And your radio gig on Sunday mornings, right there across from the stadium at Go 96.
That's right. We love having you join us, and
I crashed that party too.
yeah, you do a great job. So, have fun out there today, and thank you for being a part of our festivities.
Yeah, get busy.
you,
Look at
Rod.
this man. He's just been hopping since 7 a.m.
Thanks, you guys.
All right.
Don't forget sunscreen, Rod. Sunscreen. Opinion?
Well, yeah, that's true.
We
Yeah,
agree
that's
with
true.
that opinion, but yes, it
Chuck's
is.
hugging me right now. He's holding
That's
me
more of a cling.
closely.
I'm clinging.
It's clinging.
Are
Yeah,
you
maybe.
you're gonna get out there and golf?
I am going to get out there and play a couple of holes today. Should be good. I played about 5 rounds this year, so I should throw a couple into the fescue, as they say.
And Chuck, you are not golfing,
Mm-hmm.
but you dressed.
Thank goodness.
You
That would be a horrible idea.
You outfitted for the golf.
I like to fit in.
So you got the paisley shorts and the bright yellow.
Uh-huh.
And if your fellow officers could see you now, they'd go,
Hit him. Hit him. Get him.
"Here's
Where's your little monkey today? You're the man with the yellow shirt today.
If I were to go, if I used to golf at these charity events, and I'd get out, 4 or 5 times a summer. You can't learn the game only golfing 4 or 5
No,
times.
that's true.
A summer.
You can do a lot of damage. You can actually hurt people.
You'll get like, one hole where you go, okay, I figured this out, and then the next 5 holes,
I know. Well, the weird thing about scrambles, like it'll be today, is that you go out there and you kind of swing away,
Oh, that was
and then
me
that
golfing.
happens. Yeah,
That was-
exactly.
that was
There's
me
a lot of
golfing.
fours. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you give it a shot. Did you see? You've golfed this course before.
It's my favorite course in the region.
You're
It's
kidding me.
Absolutely beautiful.
Why
It's a
is-
very challenging course.
The Troy Byrne Golf Course. We're just south of Hudson. Are we in Hudson? Did they say Hudson?
It says Hudson.
Just south of Hudson.
About 7 miles or so.
It's somewhat of a link style course, but I'd say that the rough is like U.S. Open rough. A lot. Homer, you're in the sand. You're going to have to really open that face and use your sand wedge. And Homer goes, open face club sand wedge.
Did you hear Gary Player rant about the U.S. Open conditions at the golf course out there in Seattle?
Well, it was ridiculous. A friend of mine tweeted me that he'd love to play that course, and I tweeted him, I'd hate to play that course.
Yeah, here, listen to a little bit of Gary Player.
But this has been the most unpleasant golf tournament I've seen in my life. I mean, the man who designed this golf course had to have one leg shorter than the other.
Not Troy Byrne. We're not talking about Troy Byrne, but continue, Gary.
It's hard to believe that you see a man miss the green by 1 yard and the ball ends up 50 yards down in the rough. I mean, it's quite, and can you imagine, this is a public golf course. This is where we're trying to encourage people to come out and play and get more people to play the game. They're having a putt from 20, 30 foot, and they're allowing 20 foot right and 20 foot left.
He sounds pissed.
Well, there were a few. Horschel actually went off. He was like slammed his club into the ground. He just ripped the putting. He said the putting just wasn't true. I don't know if you saw the greens, but not only were they dried out, but they were incredibly uneven.
Well, and I thought, when I first saw the images, I'm like, are they golfing in California where they got a drought, or what's going on?
Well, it looked like an old Scotland course, except for the old Scotland courses actually have incredible greens.
Because as I understand, Seattle does get rain.
It does, but they built this thing on an old gravel pit, so it just does not hold water very well. We're happy to mute your microphone if you want us to when you're putting that on, Chuck.
Sorry, I was changing my underwear.
Chuck was being wrestled to the ground apparently by somebody here.
Have you?
Randall McDaniel just threw me to the ground. That was the sound.
Oh wow! Yeah. Have you golfed, Chuck?
It ended poorly each time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not the guy you want in your foursome. Oh sure.
Oh, I think you do.
I'll come out.
Do practice swings right in your face. It's never good.
I actually golfed using a girlfriend's clubs the second time. They were graphite, indestructible, supposedly.
So if you're listening, you can also go to golfforthegift.com and check it out and learn how to donate, learn how to get involved with the events that are going on. What a great event by
What
Rod
a great
Simons
view
and the
we
crew.
have right now. The sun is shining. You can see the golf carts are lined up.
I was just thinking, those look like the way the Humvees were lined up when we invaded Iraq.
Yeah.
Those things are ready to go.
They're about to invade the golf course. I guess they'll be teeing off at noon, and it's going to be hot out there, Sean.
Yeah, it'll be about 81, so I should get a pretty rosy shade of red today if I don't slather on the sunscreen.
I always, when I would golf, I'm not going to lie, especially on days like today, I would look for the beer cart.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with today or the weather?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're out there golfing, it is a sport where you can have a beer, ski out there on the golf course, right?
The funny thing is, when you're in that direct sunlight, it takes about 3 beers, and I don't know if I'm going to finish this round or not.
I'm hallucinating. No, yeah, we used to, like, has anyone seen the golf cart or the beer cart? You know, you go looking for it or whatever.
You just go drive off. There's always one guy who's a really bad golfer, and you just put him in charge of the beers.
Yeah.
You go find him.
That's why it was always me. I was a horrible golfer. Again, I'd have one hole that'd be awesome, and then the rest would suck. And
When was the last time you golfed?
It's been a couple of years. I finally decided, you know what? This is not for me. It takes 4 to 5 hours.
It does.
And when you have children with a busy schedule. I mean, right now I'm chomping at the bit. I kind of would like to go out there. I can drive the ball a little bit. I can hit that thing. And my putts weren't bad. I was bad with the irons. That was my issue.
It's a very challenging game that you really need to practice and practice once or twice a week and play once or twice a week to get any good at it. If you're athletic at all, there's people that you see that they're not athletic and they shouldn't be golfing.
Did you see that little girl just frowning at Chuck?
Yeah, she's scowling.
She does not like your ensemble.
It's the yellow. It's the yellow.
I'm
going to wear this to the chart house tonight too, just to be consistent.
Did you see Governor Schwarzenegger on the Tonight Show? He was talking
Oh,
about
no.
the proper way to smoke a cigar, because there's cigar smoking out there on the course, right?
First of all, you like to light the right end of the cigar.
That's pretty good. Was that Jim Neighbors?
That was actually that was Jim Neighbors. You remember him from the Andy Griffith Show
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
and then
that's
he had
good.
his own show.
Here's Arnold last night. Hold on.
Of course, I mean, when you smoke a cigar, I told you, you try to be cool. You put the cigar in, and then you start lighting it, and then you turn it slowly.
Yeah.
You check things out.
Yeah.
And all this, and then I gave you the cigar, really, the big, beautiful cigar. It was a Cuban cigar.
Yeah.
So this was like a cigar, it was like $100 cigar. And you started going, he started licking it.
Well, I heard-
I said, what is going on
No,
here?
but I
Why is he
heard-
licking the cigar?
Well, I heard somewhere that you're supposed to lick the cigar because it moistens up the cigar and it's a slower burn. I was trying to impress you.
There's two things I told you not to do. I said, don't cough, because that makes you look like an amateur, and then don't lick. I said, just cut the cigar.
This
put it in
advice
your mouth,
applies to
and be
anything.
Cool.
I tried as hard as I could,
And
yeah.
you were all over the place, coughing.
When I cleared all the smoke away, and you
So
were gone.
evidently, don't lick your cigar. Sean.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like the once a year golf course cigar smoker, and same thing where I just hack my lungs out. Some guy will give you the really chewy, thick cigar, and it doesn't work so well.
By the way, tomorrow on WCCO, they've got Hollywood makeup artists going to turn me into the Terminator tomorrow morning.
You're kidding me.
On Channel 4.
You mean body too, or just the face?
9:30.
Yeah, 9:20 is the hit time, but they're going to keep going back to me. I'm going to get there in the morning.
Oh, that's great.
So I guess it's going to take a couple hours to get me into makeup, and then I'll tweet and post some photos. But what's funny is I actually had afterwards I'm like, oh, I got some work that I need to stop by the downtown bank, and I'm like, I probably can't go now. I can't walk into a Wells Fargo
Yes, you
dressed as
can.
the Terminator.
Yes, you
Well, I think it's the black leather jacket and the gun that you're going to be
I
carrying.
wouldn't have a gun.
Oh,
Have
you
you
have a
be
gun.
given some thought to working out tonight? See what you can
It's-
do in
you could
one
turn it
day.
around. You could turn it around.
I have a screening of this new Terminator movie, Genesis, the 5th in the franchise, and Arnold is back as the Terminator.
He's really old Terminator.
Have you seen the clips, though?
Oh, it looks awesome.
Are they
It
good?
does look good.
You know what, though? I'm sorry. What is with all the movies, like The Grudge Match and everything? It's like, I don't know if I want to see a couple of geezers trying to be action
Aw.
heroes.
I'm like right there. I was.
You're sentimental. But what is he, 70? I mean...
he's got to be close.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look
Oh,
at
yeah.
these guys, and it's like, what? Who wants to see the old guy?
Well,
How does he live that long with all
It'll
the
be
roids he
packed.
put through his body back in the 70s?
What they have done is taken advantage of the state-of-the-art CGI, and there is a young Arnold.
Yeah.
From the '80s movie that they recreate. And
Oh,
he
that's
meets-
good, at least.
So he'll meet the new Arnold in the.
He does not use the human growth hormone.
It's one of the movies that'll be playing at the IMAX. They got a new projector this season, so now they're able to show a whole bunch of new releases at the IMAX.
So you'll be able to see his Botox
Up close,
needle marks.
huge,
Needle marks.
60 feet high. Did he get Botox either?
He's had everything.
Oh, my
Let's
gosh.
face it.
Yeah, Rocky's actually
More
talking
people
normally
arriving
now.
here, getting ready to golf. So anyway, yeah,
I feel like I
that'll
fit
be
in
tomorrow
here.
morning.
The shorts and the shirt, by the way.
You do.
Yeah, I just need some cool shoes.
If you didn't have that yellow shirt, you'd fit right in. We'd always be able to find Chuck on the course today.
You're getting the golf clap for your
Thank you.
outfit.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so we are live out here at the Golf for the Gift at the Troy Byrne Golf Course. And the celebrities are now arriving. Is that... No, I thought that was a Hummer. It's just a huge...
It's a Spire beverage.
awesome-looking black Jeep. That's
They-
impressive.
Oh,
Look at
good.
those wheels.
They're pulling up just in time. I was thirsty.
Great locally made sports beverage for kids and adults alike. A Spire
Wow.
beverage.
Are they a sponsor? Because you just
Not yet,
did a perfect
but
spot.
if I send that to them, hopefully they'll want to.
For kids and adults alike, that's a Spire beverage.
Aspire Beverage. Find them at
My
aspirebeverage.com or at your local 7-Eleven.
My son loves that sport drink.
It's good stuff.
Looks like, according to the giant trailer that just pulled in, you've got ice Fire, Storm, Rush, and Ride.
I feel like we're over promoting them if they're not going to pay us. Let's not talk about them.
Chuck, you give away the first one,
Oh.
and then
Oh,
you send them the little audio clip, and you say, "Was that not fantastic?" Until Chuck started talking, and they'll say yes.
That's what I did when I sold crack cocaine. You give them one little taste.
Chuck, it's a kids event.
Oh, heroin. Penicillin.
And that awkward silence. Cue the golf applause. All right.
I think John Montague should come over here on microphone.
Hey, we're thirsty. You going to bring us some Aspire
I wonder
beverage?
what the
Friend
fire,
of Tim Mahoney.
I wonder what the fire tastes like. That's not something you would want to drink after you work out.
Cool and
Is it?
refreshing, I heard.
John, come over and get a free ad real quick. Seriously. Come over and get a free ad.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Come on. Come talk about Aspire
Why wouldn't
beverage.
you?
Get on the mic over there. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's walking up to the mic.
Your headphones are right there.
We just promoted the hell out of your drink. The heck out of your drink. The heck.
So we know that you're good friends with Tim Mahoney, because Tim Mahoney and I are good friends.
Yes.
But you have Aspire Beverage. It's just rocking. You guys you're everywhere now.
We are. We're aspiring to greatness.
Yes, you are.
Nice.
Oh, look what he did there.
Nice, yeah.
So what does the fire drink taste like? Is it hot?
Cherry berry.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Hey, I'm hearing the Caddy Shack.
Oh, yeah.
in the
Isn't that nice?
background. That's
Yeah.
very special.
Thank you.
Are you playing today
We're out
or
here
not?
at the golf.
I'm going to be out on the 11th hole just hitting
cool.
balls for all the groups.
Oh, that's great.
Same
That's
shot over and over again. So after about my 20th shot, I should be pretty good, right?
So where can we find Aspire Beverage?
It's
how
everywhere now, right?
It is. It's pretty much everywhere.
So most grocery stores.
Most grocery stores, hockey arenas, health clubs.
That's
In
fantastic.
the Twin Cities, it's generally sold just about everywhere.
I feel a little left out. What's your connection to Aspire? You must be the owner. Okay. Tell us more.
There's
I'm
two
the-
owners,
yeah,
right,
there's,
John?
I'm
Two
one
of
of the founders, myself and my good friend from college, also a friend of Tim's,
Yeah.
Jesse Parker.
Yeah.
And we were just a couple of dumb hockey guys that thought there should be a better sports drink. Not just for us, but for our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great local business story and a great success. We're really happy for it.
Relatively new, right? How many years have you been in this now?
We launched in May of 2013.
Yeah. And so in that,
going
it's a
a little over
meteoric
2 years.
rise.
It has been. It's been pretty fast.
Do you feel like you're on the roller coaster on the drop down?
No.
Never give up.
No, what I meant was the stomach. Ooh, this is going so fast.
Yeah. No, but
No, not sales plummeting. No.
Wow.
That's not what I meant. It's actually the opposite. It's like, wow, this is going so fast.
I would say that it's been a rocket ship, and it's been fun. But we still, as much as we've had a lot of success here in the Twin Cities, we feel like the hard work is still ahead. We're just now starting to expand all over the country. And so every new market that we go into, it's like we're starting over again. People in Washington, D.C. have never heard of Aspire, Dallas, Texas, Denver. But the good news is people are embracing the product the same way everywhere else in the country that they did here.
And what's the difference between other sports drinks? First of all, it's a cool name. Who gets to say I can't?
Why don't you go with Give Up Beverage? Or
Yeah, exactly.
I Quit Beverage.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
Sports drink.
That didn't seem like it would really convey the spirit that we were looking for.
And why is it different?
It's just dramatically less sugar, none of the artificial chemicals and junk that you find in these other drinks. It's just a very pure, clean, natural drink that's low sugar, low calorie, and yet it's loaded with a lot of really good stuff that's actually going to be good for your health, good for your performance, vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, antioxidants. As we say, it's got all the good stuff in it, none of the bad stuff.
And it's not made from Minnetonka lake water.
Not that you know.
Not that you know.
That's good stuff.
Good
What are you
disclaimer.
talking about? That's good stuff.
I haven't tried it. He hasn't offered me any.
And John, we got to Rusty and I
I'm
and
going to
Chuck.
bring some cold drinks over to you guys. How about that?
You need to do that. That's exactly what we
I'll
need.
sign off. I'll thank you for this shameless plug.
Happy to do it. Before you go, we
I'll
have
bring
to
you
mention
some
that
cold drinks.
I think we still have a recording of you singing at the U2 cover show by Tim Mahoney.
Oh, that was you.
Oh, that was you?
You
That
went
was
up there and
fantastic.
sang a song. I give you so much credit. It was your birthday, right?
Yeah.
It was.
That was
It was.
fantastic.
Yeah, you were amazing.
That was good.
And a
Lee
great
Bad.
show. And a
Lee
great
Bad.
show, nonetheless.
That's,
the ladies were all dancing up front for Johnny. So
Will you sign my boob?
That's the memory that I'd like to have too. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one.
Aspire
Even though
Beverage,
it
make
probably
the
isn't
switch,
reality.
kids. Go away from the other sugary sports drinks. Go with the
Okay,
Aspire
say your name
Beverage.
again.
Thanks a lot,
I didn't even catch
John
your name.
Montague.
John Montague.
John Montague.
Thanks, man.
Fire Beverage. Awesome.
Thanks so much, guys.
Have fun
Thanks
on the
for
11th
supporting
hole.
the event.
Cheers.
Okay, John,
Take
can you
care.
put some vodka in my Aspire? That'd be great. Thanks.
Don't.
Just can't.
Aspire vodka. Sounds delicious.
It is a great success story. And when I
Vodka?
meant it,
Oh, it's been around for years. Yeah.
can we mute Chuck's?
I think I can. It's right. Let me try it that
Now
right
it-
there.
now
we
it's
go.
pulling. Look at that
Now
huge,
he's-
huge
Out, and then I told
semi.
him that if he did it, would have to.
Huge
mute.
semi now pulling in.
That's got to be Randall
They're gearing.
McDaniel.
Well, they got the.
That's got to be Randall McDaniel.
They got the dinner tonight, and
He quit his teaching job and he's driving
The-
truck.
no, that's actually the truck containing all my records from the police department, the lawsuits and the everything. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
have you heard some of the shouts that happen out on these golf courses? I'd almost like to stick around and do that and do some Bubba Booey or whatever.
That annoys me to no end. It's like, are
Oh.
people so attention starved that they have to yell things the
Yes.
second after somebody
Yes.
hits?
I'm getting hungry.
You wait till the guy like Tiger Woods even. Here it comes. Anyway, some kid just said, I guess the story with that kid was he was going to be at a golf event where Tiger Woods was there, and he told his mom, and she said, well, how will I ever know when you're on TV? He goes, I'll let you know. I'll shout out mashed potatoes.
That's fantastic.
And then it went viral, and now other people around the world have been starting to shout mashed potatoes. So we got to shout something at the...
Yeah. Cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
We'll yell out cornflakes before we... Look at the speed on this kid. He's just...
Yeah.
He's got
he
the... I
sees
couldn't
the
see him. He's
beverages
got the
and his-
camouflage shirt on. How did you even see him?
Is there half free drinks for me?
He was running as fast as Chuck does when he hears the words free beer.
The scary man in the yellow suggests that I have vodka. Is that all right?
Or running away from the table when he hears the bill is here.
I don't pay bills.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Well, I see Randall over there right now, so we're going to have to get him over here. Hall of Fame Viking Randall McDaniel.
I played basketball against him once in a charity event, and that was when he was still a lineman for the Vikings, and he came into the lane and just did this crazy dunk. I got out of the lane when he did that. I mean, I couldn't believe that a guy that was 300-plus pounds and a lineman could jump up and dunk.
That was all water
It
weight.
was amazing.
All water weight.
Oh, look,
Thank
here
you
comes
very
the
Oh,
drink.
thank you. Aspire Beverage.
I have to try the fire.
Thank you.
We drink these at home, so I've tasted
Yeah,
I
my
think, most
son
of them.
Well, then
loves
give me
these.
that.
You want that one?
We're going to be taking a break here coming up in a moment, and hopefully we can flag over Randall McDaniel and some of these other celebs that'll be golfing today. Sean, are you going to be somebody's celeb? Is that how you
believe
got
it or
in?
not, some poor person, they're going to be like, so what do you're what? What's a podcast?
That what?
Exactly.
Ooh, this Aspire is good. Could use
Thank you.
Could use some vodka.
I'm going lemon lime myself.
That was the bad thing when I would do these celebrity golf tournaments. It'd be like I did one. It was I actually did a bass fishing opener with Erwin Jacobs that had organized, and there
cool.
was Ken Herbeck, there was Kirby Puckett,
Kent is just
there
a
was like Gary
fantastic guy.
Gaetti, and then some poor schlub. Oh, who's my celebrity? Excited. See the fat traffic reporter. That's your guy.
But at least you could report on their swing, you know, and
Yeah.
what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong.
We caught fish that day, too. Out of Minnetonka. All right, well, let's take a break. Let's see if we can't grab Randall and have him sit in for a moment or two and catch up on his world. But we'll be right back.
The Twin Cities Hit Show. We'll be right back.
There's an Old Town Horse, though, right there. Old Town Horse.
Correct.
Not really.
MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005.
The term foodie can sometimes come across as a tickle pretentious. BT and Lydia are here to demystify the term and reclaim it for the sake of good food. Their weekly podcast brings in fellow foodies and culture creators from the Twin Cities to talk about all things food. Find this duo only on the Alive and Social Network.
It's been a Twin Cities food legend for almost 30 years. It's been the anchor for the Minneapolis Warehouse District since it opened. And you may not know that the Loon Cafe can provide their outstanding creations. Call 612-332-8342 or visit looncafe.com.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment, part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com, part of the Alive and Social Network.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
All right, we're out here live from Golf for the Gift at the beautiful Troy Byrne Golf Course. Beautiful day for golfing. Now the wind's picked up a little bit.
Yep.
So your armpit stains won't show up as much there.
Messing my hair up, I'll tell you that.
A lot of celebrities showing up for the golf game. Still trying to grab Randall McDaniel. Rod, have you seen Randall yet? Has he shown up? He's coming.
Hey!
Rod is now saying hello
This is
to
Ross Bernstein in the house. Ross Bernstein, everybody.
Rod saying hello to our next guest, Ross Bernstein.
I gotta show you something. This is.
What are you showing
just
me?
Do the play-by-play.
Okay, Rod is. He's up front. Oh, this is how Ross golfs, and then he runs away. He's getting a prop.
Rod Simon's doing an impersonation. He's a prop comic.
Don't wreck Ross's club.
Nice. Careful, there's children around.
He's very focused. The hips wiggled. There's a lot of preparation. Those hips really. Ross, is that true?
It's true.
Is he doing? Is this
It's
you?
true.
A lot of hip wiggling.
It's very
going
sensual.
On.
Yeah.
I'm curiously aroused. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah,
seriously?
Just watching Rod. Oh, and then it's not a. It's. Oh, it's horrible. Wow. And then it just went horrible.
And then you have to go into the woods.
Yeah.
Where the ball goes.
Talk closer
He
to
has the most powerful swing, and he hits it a mile. We love having you here. Thanks for being back.
Thanks for letting me be here.
You're the greatest. And Rusty, we love you too. Not so
right,
much about the guy in the yellow.
Hey, yeah, you stay out of this, Rod. I hope there's insurance on this thing because someone's going to get hurt.
Here comes Randall. So, Ross, for folks who don't know, how many books have you written, and what are they mainly about?
I've written about 50 sports books, so I'm not winning any Pulitzers. They mostly wind up in bathrooms, but
that's amazing. When did you start? What was the first book? It was the
book-
first handful were Minnesota in focus.
Yeah, the first book I wrote was called Gopher Hockey by the Hockey Gopher. I was a walk-on to the Gopher hockey team, and it lasted about 5 minutes. After 20 years, it's okay.
One of our cops was Goldie Gopher for a while,
cool.
but so that must have been weird going from on the team to Goldie Gopher.
Well, I wasn't really on the team. I was trying to be on the team.
Okay, close enough.
So, what has been the most popular book so far? They're your biggest seller.
The one in front of you called The Code about fighting in hockey. We turned that into a movie last year with an Academy Award-winning director, which was pretty cool.
What director was it?
Alex Gibney.
Wow.
So he's made a bunch of movies. He just did the Armstrong Lie, and he did the Enron movie, Smartest Guys in the Room. And
Cool. Oh, yeah, cool.
Movie about Abu Ghraib prison.
Look at how people just molest you, Ross.
Paul
Now you're
way
being.
to go.
It's random. It's like the high school
And your
reunion
latest
here.
book is the.
It's about leadership. It's called Wearing
Wearing
the
the
Sea,
Sea.
about hockey captains, and this is kind of a fun one about Herb Brooks and the Miracle on Ice. So I brought a basket of books for the silent auction to help Rod. So I'm
Oh, very cool.
super appreciative.
My son was captain of the Gopher men's lacrosse team.
No kidding, that's very cool.
For 2 seasons. And what I loved about it is that it's not something that you get to be captain because you score the most goals or it's your teammates who say, no, this is the guy we want as our. The coach doesn't do it, at least with the lacrosse team. The coach doesn't do it, your teammates do it, and he was captain for 2 years, and that's one of the things I was most proud of.
Huge honor, yeah, for sure. And
he's in prison now, but
nice.
No, he's not. There's Randall McDaniel coming in, looking all ready to go. He's not sure if he's ready. So is that kind of what the book talks about? What it means to be a captain of a sports team?
Yeah, I interviewed some pretty amazing captains, from Gretzky to Messier to Joe Sakic to
was there
Bobby Clark.
Was there a commonality then?
You know what's interesting was the commonality was they're super, and they would talk about that person, but they would never talk about themselves.
I see.
That's really a common thread. They're the guys who work the hardest in practice, and very interesting. But you talk about how on your kids' team the players chose.
Yeah.
Certain coaches I interviewed, they all have different systems. Some appoint them, some
Yeah.
like Glenn Sonmore, who former
Yeah.
North Stars coach.
Right.
He always said that he let the players vote, and then he counted the votes. So he had to make sure he got his guy. So it was
and I guess coaches have a way of going, we don't
communicate.
the rebel. I suppose I could see that, but no. In this case, for the Gopher lacrosse team, it was the teammates that did that, and that actually meant more to me. But so, how is your golf game?
It stinks.
Good.
Completely stinks.
Good.
Yeah, I love golf, but I completely suck at it. But
Have you written a golf book?
I haven't. I dabbled once. Golf's the thing. People want to golf. They don't want to read about it. They want to golf.
Well, unless there's an interesting...
I have talked to Lumpy, Tim Herron, about doing a book, because he's a real character of Minnesota golf lore. So I think his book...
Who would be our biggest golf success story?
Tom Lehman.
Yeah, Lehman.
Lumpy.
Yeah.
Patty Berg.
Patty Berg's had a few books written about her.
Yeah, but this is Lehman's course here at Troy Burn, and
Oh, really?
Inspired by when he won the British Open, he brought in all these native fescues and grasses, so it's supposed to remind you of drinking a warm pint in St. Andrews, or maybe Nessie will be out there. Who knows?
Did you happen to catch Gary Player going on his rant about the U.S. Open course?
I didn't. Enlighten me.
Oh, we played it earlier. No, he was just saying the courses are getting... That course especially was trying to be too cool for school, and it frustrates the average golfer. And golf in general, you want people to love the sport, not be frustrated and leave.
Gary said that? It's like...
Yeah.
Oh, he was pissed. Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, you'll hear. I'll play it again for a moment.
This has been the most unpleasant golf tournament I've seen in my life. I mean, the man who designed this golf course had to have one leg shorter than the other. It's hard to believe that you see a man miss the green by 1 yard and the ball ends up 50 yards down in the rough.
I mean, he goes on for 20 minutes.
They pay these guys a lot of money to figure that stuff out. So I don't think anyone pities them for looking like fools.
He's an angry man.
But this is a forgiving course. You'll have a...
Well, whenever you play scrambles, they ruin your game, because guys like me, I just swing as hard as I can every shot with the hope that it goes straight, but it rarely happens.
You're hoping the other guys have a good shot if yours isn't.
You got to love that. Rod's been doing this for years. This is such a great course, and what a beautiful day. And just to be here and have you guys here, it's for a great cause, for adoption, and it's really, you just got to, how many great days do you get in Minnesota where you're able to golf?
Exactly.
And, there's not that many.
And I said that at the top of the show, and then they went, yeah, but we're in Wisconsin right now. Okay, fine. Wisconsin and Minnesota get great days. Has adoption been in your world?
Yeah, my niece is, my brother adopted a girl from China, so my niece Anna is from China. So yeah, we've definitely been a part of our world, and it's very cool what Rod does, giving back. He's a super giving person, so it's... Obviously, look at the celebrities who are here, all these amazing people, you and Randall McDaniel and all these hockey players and football players and Twins and Wild and Vikings. It's pretty amazing.
Well, we're going to go let you get set up with your books that are part of the silent auction.
I just bring stuff to donate every year, and happy to be here.
Otherwise, if people want to read some of your books, how do they get a hold of you? How do they find your stuff?
They're all over, but I have a website, rossbernstein.com, and it's great to see you, and congrats on your new gig. And usually I see you in airplanes when you're heading to L.A. going to talk to all your celebrity friends. But it's great to see you, and congrats, and I'm excited for all your success and everything new going forward. So it's great to see you again.
Back at you. Thanks. Golf well.
Thank you.
Don't shake those hips so much. If Rod is even close to accurate.
Yeah, remember, they don't have insurance. Someone could get hurt, really.
All right. Well, we are in search of, I see he just walked by, we're in search of Randall McDaniel.
He didn't just walk by, he jetted by. Yeah. He gave us I have no time for this.
We got a guy with purple on here.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir? He's signing some autographs. He's got the purple golf attire on.
Yeah,
of
he's
course.
looking very purple. Yeah. Oh, we got a business card coming. Here we go.
I've been handed a photo of the.
Oh yeah.
Get it up to the microphone here, sir. Describe what we're looking at. This is a very formidable Viking. Right into the microphone there.
That is a picture of 100% cheese-free, and on the back, it's me catching Adrian Peterson after a 67-yard touchdown that we won the NFC North Championship in 2008.
Nice.
What do you call yourself?
100% cheese-free, champion of the Viking World Order. And on Monday, we knighted Carl Eller into the Viking World Order and
Nice.
Jim Marshall into the Viking World Order.
Nice. How do you decide who gets into the Viking World Order?
They have to ask, and once they ask, a vote is taken between all the generals of the Viking World Order, and then we okayed them to come in.
Sid, where are you from? I'm getting a little accent from you. It's not Minnesota.
I live in Vancouver, BC.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
So I drive to Seattle, and then I fly to Minneapolis. And,
Oh, wow.
I've been to over 300 games.
Oh, wow. So how did you become a Viking fan then?
Bud Grant.
Yeah.
Bud Grant used to coach my Winnipeg Blue Bombers when I lived in Winnipeg. And when he came here in '67, that made me a full-fledged Viking fan.
That's awesome.
All right. So what do you think about, we got Adrian back. What are your thoughts?
Love it. Love it. This is going to be a phenomenal season. I think we have a very good chance of actually getting the Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
I'm with you. For once, I'm with you.
You take a look at the speed we have on this team right now with Wallace and Johnson and Patterson and Wright. These guys are fast. Now you got AP back. They're not going to be able to put that 8-man box up against him. I wouldn't doubt that he breaks that rushing record this year.
No, we have the
He's
middle
coming-
threat, the deep threat.
He is coming back with vengeance this year.
Oh, yeah.
And Zimmer, the job he has done with this defense is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow, now you got me pumped.
Oh, it's, yeah. This is seriously going to be one of the best football seasons ever for the Vikings.
Not
if we
ever.
If we can stay injury-free, well, okay, in my generation.
Well,
stay injury-free.
If Brett Favre takes a knee, we're going to the Super Bowl. So that was in your lifetime. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, that was the hardest game I've ever
Just
watched
take
in my
a
life.
knee, Brett. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Driven by the new stadium?
I worked on the stadium drive for 7 years with the Viking World Order. We had our nights out at the state capitol. We had rallies going for 7 years solid, and when the final vote came in, we won by 1 vote, and Roger Goodell came down and thanked us with Carl Eller.
Oh, wow.
Personally in the tailgate lots, and it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
That's a pretty amazing structure that's going up in
God,
downtown.
yeah. You can't miss it. My girlfriend lives in the Carlisle, which is around the corner from there. You cannot miss that stadium.
Well, the nice part about the new stadium is when we finished the stadium drive, the Vikings got together, asked us what we wanted for all the work we did, and they gave us our own section. So there's going to be something way bigger than the black hole in the dog pound, because we're going to have 110 seats.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
gonna be
awesome.
crazy.
That's a world order. That's what we call that. That's a world order.
How are the games at TCF?
TCF is great, and it's football the way it's actually meant to be played.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got a chance yet to go see the Vikings play at the TCF Stadium. I've seen the Gophers play there, but I got to imagine it's a different cup of tea when the Vikings are playing in that stadium.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Oh, you haven't made one either? Yeah, that's my goal is make one
He
this year.
hasn't made a Gopher. You've made all the Viking games, though.
I haven't been to a Gopher game, though, but I have been to all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have missed 9 Viking games in the last 29 years.
All right. Why? Why did you miss those games?
Well, my last one I missed because the roof imploded.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
And before that, it's basically blizzards that closed the highways down on me, and I couldn't make it down.
Yeah, wow.
What do you do up there in Canada?
I'm a retired engineer.
Okay.
What kind of work were you doing as an engineer?
As a locomotive engineer with CP Rail for
Oh, really?
5 years.
My neighbor's a Canadian fella who works here, and I think he's CP Rail. He's here on a visa.
That's
You
the first
Canadians
time.
and your railroads.
That's the first time that would have worked for me, where I I normally, I'm an engineer. I'm like, yeah, what kind of train do you drive? And they go, no, that guy, you're that kind of an engineer.
Yeah.
when people ask me, I always say I'm a real engineer.
Yeah.
And they say, well, what's a real engineer? I said, a real engineer. They say, well, electrical, mechanical, and they're no, dude.
Yeah. What kind of train was it?
Oh,
It's a big one. Yeah, a big
the
one.
biggest. I've had 30,000 ton trains that I've driven.
I've always wanted to do a train trip to go out skiing up in Canada.
Yes, the Rocky Mountaineer. That's an awesome one. You can take that from Vancouver all the way to Banff and go ski Lake Louise.
Randall.
You've met Randall before, right?
Absolutely.
Do you mind if he sits in for a moment? Pleasure
Sure.
talking to you.
Pleasure talking with you guys, too.
Yep. Thank
Go
you.
Vikings, right?
Thank you, Sid Davey.
Skol Vikes.
That's it.
Very, very nice. All right.
That is amazing.
Randall,
That guy
pull up
makes-
a seat here.
That guy makes the trip down
Yeah,
from Canada, and that's a big effort.
Yeah.
So no complaints when you try and get to a game from frickin' Apple Valley. Randall, sir, here, if you don't mind, put on the headphones. You may be able
Make
to hear
yourself
us a little
comfortable.
bit better. Randall McDaniel is in the house. He's how are you at golf? Are you a good golfer? You were faking modesty when you were coming in here.
No, I get out and play.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Handicap's down like 12-3. So, but there's days that it's not even close to that. So we'll see what we have today.
Now, last time we spoke, you were working with the schools and the children, and are you still doing that then?
Still doing that. So summers are my time to run around
I was
and
going
have
to
a
say,
little fun.
so it's summertime for you, a little freedom to do stuff like this.
Yeah, but I may have overbooked myself. I'm laughing at it. I mean, I just got off a plane last night, and
What were you last night?
I was back in Arizona. I was back at home,
Okay.
doing stuff with the family, and then stuff for Arizona State. So,
Gotcha. How many years have you been working as a teacher with children?
as an official full-time job from
Sure.
2002, the day I retired.
And was that always on your mind when you were a professional athlete that, when I'm done with this career, I'm going to teach kids?
Yes. I mean, in '93, I started volunteering in the classrooms in the Robbinsdale district. And like I said, I say volunteering. I was there from 8 in the morning until school ended in the day. And then off season, I would come every day. Like I said, a friend, Nancy Benz, told me I needed to get my feet wet in what I was going to be doing.
Sure.
And so that was right. And she was
That was your
correct.
preseason.
That was like I said, I've been very fortunate. I mean, I got to play football, and then I get to work with young people today. So.
What do you teach? Or
I work in the elementary school. So
Okay.
I am now back at Neal Elementary School, where one of the schools where I originally started at.
Yeah.
And I'm a basic skills instructor now, so I do a lot of intervention work. I pull kids out of the classroom, get them caught up in reading or math, and and I enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Do you have people who meet you and hear that story for the first time? They're like, wait, what?
So some people do. They look at me like, "Oh, so you just volunteer?" And I go, "No, that's actually my job."
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys always say the same thing. "Hey, we got this event we're doing today. Can you make it?" And I'm like, "I'm working."
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And they're like, "Well, just leave." I go, "I can't. I need a
It's
sub."
it's like a job. Yeah.
They don't get it. But
Yeah.
most of them, most of the friends that people now know that I do that, so
Yeah.
they understand.
Well, I remember it was years ago, and I think it was probably a golf event like this, and you were telling me the story, and I'm like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why it should surprise anyone, but it's such a unique thing that a professional athlete has done.
It's a little different from people.
Chuck
that-
Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another good example. Yeah.
I think people don't expect that, but I figured this. I work in the elementary school. You don't see a lot of male role models. I think it makes a big difference.
So, what was it? A couple years now you've been in the Hall of Fame, right?
Let's see, going on 2009, so what? Going on 6.
And is that a highlight of your career?
It is. I look forward every August, first week in August. Canton puts in their new people, and I won't miss one. Tingelhoff's going in this year.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a big push.
So I've been spending some time with him and his family and his wife, Phyllis, and
I saw that article. Yep. Okay.
so yeah. So I'm just. He should have been in a long time ago.
Well, I didn't realize how many. There's so much to it, and like the process, and actually. So you taking Tingelhoff under your wing and kind of showing him the ropes for an older guy. It's pretty cool.
It should have been the other way around. He should have been showing me the ropes when I went in.
Yeah.
But they got it right finally, as I say. And no, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to do with him that entire week. And so any questions that he or his family has about what's going on, my wife and I have been happy to help out.
What do you think? What's the best piece of advice you're going to give him, or that you have given him?
Don't swear during the acceptance speech.
You can no. Actually, just told him, relax, enjoy it. Try to take in as much as you can.
Right.
Because they're going to throw a lot at you. But I told him and his family, you just got to sit back and take it in when you can. Step away for 5 minutes or so and just breathe, and then come back in and start again.
I saw on YouTube, I was looking at it, they called it Hall of Fame Friday, and you were speaking to, there were kids that you were speaking to. What was that?
I was reading one of my favorite books at the library. And so they get us around when we're back in Canton, and they ask us if we can do certain things. And like I said, anytime it's something to do with kids, it's an easy sell for me.
Yeah. Well, and hence the Golf for the Gift, Rod's event here that's about to tee off. Before I let you go, I gotta ask you, Vikings this year. What do we got? What do you think?
I think they're gonna improve. I like the work ethic. I like what Zimmer's doing, and I'm looking forward to another year. And all they can do is get better, and so I'm looking forward to that.
And that stadium looks pretty awesome, right?
That stadium is awesome. I walked in and took a tour of it, and it is something else. I can't wait to see it when it actually opens up and everybody can get a chance to come in there and see it.
Me too. All right, well, golf well today. Keep it out of the sand. Are you good in the sand?
I'm okay.
What's the best part of your game?
Putting.
Putting.
There we go.
Hey,
let's go miniature golfing then someday.
There we go.
Awesome.
Hone my skills.
Yeah.
Thanks, Randall.
All right, Hall of Fame Viking, Randall McDaniel, doing the good stuff for the kids, getting set to golf, looking good in his golf outfit. Not like you, Chuck, in your yellow.
Randall's got a handshake that could crush the microphone.
You've been crushing. Our fans have been listening to your headset.
What a coughing fit. Had a coughing fit.
There's a button right here. I can show it to you.
I don't.
See you hit mute, and then it goes
I'm not
away.
good with these button things.
Why are you running the board?
You told me to. Hey, where's Greg Coleman? He just walked by.
Did he? Oh, Hey, Sean.
Sean, go grab Greg Coleman for us.
We got to double down on our Greg Colemans this week.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're about a half hour away from teeing off on this big event. Beautiful, of course.
Yep.
Sun is going to be a little hot out there, but there's a little bit of a breeze. Look at all the supplies that have been arriving. Did you see?
It's been crazy. Yeah.
Did you see the load of booze that just went in?
I'm impressed. This looks like a mobilization of the military.
Speaking of military, who's this armed?
That guy dressed like a very dangerous Viking. Is that a real sword?
No, I don't.
He scares me. He looks so violent. Skull and stuff.
It's a pretty cool shield he's got. He's got the face paint on. He's got the sword. He's got the horns.
Oh, that's paint? I assume that was his natural color.
You thought he was born that way?
Yeah.
He's meeting Randall, who's he's trimmed down.
Yeah.
Randall from his playing days.
Yeah.
The photos taken. Sean is he's out mingling around, kissing babies, shaking hands, and I think he's in search of Greg Coleman.
Indeed. I'm fixing
there
our banner.
He is. Okay, good.
Hey, we're 2 Greg Colemans in 1 week. What do you think of that?
How are you, boy?
Good.
How are you doing? Now Randall is messing up with Greg.
You don't need to take that, Greg.
He's just got punter's envy. That's all that is. He really wanted to be a punter in his former life, but he wasn't good enough.
Uh-oh.
You weren't good enough.
If I was a punter, I would be having all the fun I'm having now at the travels. I'm just saying.
Well, it's because of the relationship that we have that I've loaned you some of the favor of the punting fraternity. So that's the only reason.
The golfing part.
Absolutely.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
Wait, hold on. Get back here for a photo. Get in there, Randall.
He's the only guy that I know is playing more golf than I am.
I am.
Yes.
But who's the better golfer?
Oh, there we go.
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
No.
That's the way it always goes.
It really.
It's all the day. But
well, I thought,
oh, you dog!
Stop.
You.
I thought Randall looked good, but look at Greg. He's looking all sharp here. Nice.
You know, hey, my wife said if you're going out, put on some clothes and take a bath and at least look presentable.
That's good advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we need to talk to you about your parenting because this Greg Coleman Jr., the second of yours, is really a mess. Really a mess.
Most of his formidable years was during the time that I was away.
Oh, listen to this.
That's why it's so important that fathers and parents be there, during those those years
It's
that
good that
really
you're-
matter.
He was like an experiment, really.
Yeah,
recognized
you know, he's a total mess.
He's a total mess.
but
Yeah.
he's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a
He
great
was our
kid.
guest 3 days ago, or 2 days ago.
2 days
3 days
in a row.
Yeah, and then he was our guest host yesterday.
Yeah, he told me that. He called me this morning. He said, "Hey, don't be surprised." I said, "You know what? Never mind."
We worked together, how many years? 25 years
Old
ago?
Rusty, when I first came out, my first job was that morning show at KSTP and Wendy Lufovich.
Oh, yeah,
and,
Bob Bruce.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most challenging times of my life.
Now, why do you say that?
Well, because
the hours are horrible.
The hours, you
Yeah.
know, that was it. You know, trying to go to bed at 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock and sleep during the day, it just didn't work. So I was just a mess, telling everybody to be quiet. They couldn't turn on the TV, don't snore loud. You know, it was just rough.
I know.
But it was a good experience. It really, I think it was Mendez Napoli that threw me into the fire.
Sure,
And it was a good experience.
And it got you the taste of broadcasting.
It did. Well, I had been doing something every year, even back in high school. You know, I knew that it was fun. I thought it was fun. It's still fun. But I went to Brown Institute at that time and took some classes to try to get better. Did some internships over at the other station, CCO, with Rosen. I taught Rosen everything that he knows, and that wasn't much. And he's still not very good.
Someday.
No.
Someday. If he keeps at it.
Maybe. But, you know, being around the game and being around sports, I'm not a sports fanatic.
Are you a Viking fanatic?
I would say that I'm a Viking connoisseur.
Connoisseur. Well played.
It's
Subtle difference.
It's a difference. Now, game time, you know, it's altogether different. I mean, it's
fun,
you know,
right?
There's some days, man, that I wish that I had a helmet and shoulder pads. You know, coaches don't need to jack you up or say anything because there's certain games that just get you going, and I'm no different.
Yeah. The team this year, we asked Randall, we're getting pretty damn excited about this team, aren't we?
It's too early to get excited.
All right,
because
calm down,
it's
everybody.
still the
Calm
off
down.
season.
Pessimist.
But I really like what I have seen over the last few weeks in OTAs and in minicamp. Number one, this team probably is more athletic than I've ever seen it.
Oh, wow.
They will probably...
Ever or ever recently?
Man, it's been a long time since we've been this athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way around at every position. I think they're going to have to cut some good football players that will wind up playing for somebody else.
That's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. And so the intensity level is up. Even in OTAs with no pads and all of those things, the competition is fierce. Coaches are constantly telling guys, stay on your feet, you know, dial it down just a little bit, because the young guys are coming in trying to prove a point, you know, that they belong. Everybody was a rookie at some point. I remember when this guy, Randall McDaniel, was a rookie, came in. I mean, he was so pitiful.
It wasn't
I mean, he was, you know, and poor Dave Huffman.
He heard you.
Yeah, his ears are ringing.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
What do you got to do?
Yeah, I don't know. But, you know.
He's going to crush you, Greg Coleman.
He can't do that because all I'll do is just. And you know what?
It might
You
get-
don't want Marianne to get mad at you.
It might get busy in here.
I'm not going to do what I want to do because I'm going to be on a plane tomorrow.
This just in, Hudson
Hey,
police are investigating an
which
assault
way
that
are you
occurred
headed?
at a
Are
golf
you-
course.
Hey, Sean, which way are you headed? South, northwest? Where are you going? You going to play Kohler?
They're talking golf now.
man.
His
Yeah.
golfing continues.
That's okay. I will.
Randall's on his way
I'm
to
not telling you
Kohler.
where I'm going, but
Randall's on his way to Kohler, Wisconsin, which has a very nice golf course.
Absolutely, it is. It is.
All right, so when you get asked, what's your best moment as a professional player, as a Viking, what comes to mind?
Oh, my gosh.
You as the punter, what was your best moment?
There were so many. It could have been when I made Lawrence Taylor unball his fist.
Yeah.
You know, it was a botched extra point. I was a holder, and I ran out, threw a pass, and I thought this guy was coming at my knees. I thought it was a DB or something like that, so I grabbed his helmet, slammed it into the turf, turned around, you know, looked for the O-line. They were gone. You know, so it's me and a few other guys with the Giants, and I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was a DB. When he stood up, it was number 56. And you know that thing, you know, where your life flashes in front of you?
Yeah.
I saw that, and it does it in slow motion. And you go through stages, and what happened is mine locked on a golf tournament that Lawrence and I had participated in during the off season. And he was saying some things and talking about my mother. I didn't know that they were things. I didn't know that they were that intimate. And I mentioned, I said, Lawrence, you can't go at my knees like that. We can't play golf in the off season if you hurt my knees. And that must have startled him for me to make a comment about golf during the middle of this potential butt whipping. And his shoulders dropped, and he unballed his fists, and he said a few other things, but he said, don't do it anymore. So I patted him on the butt and went on. As a matter of fact, I told him that story again. We were at a golf tournament in the Bahamas earlier this spring, and he said, you know what, you still remember that crap? I said, yeah, and I told his wife, besides you, I'm the only one that has made Lawrence Taylor unball his fist. And he just looked at me. He said, you are crazy. Yeah, I am.
It's like that's how you talk to a rabid dog, too. You just distract him a little bit.
That's it. That's what you have to do.
Listen to you. You were golfing in the Bahamas. How often did you get out there?
It was Bermuda. It was a tournament that we're trying to establish with all of the professional sports, hockey, basketball, soccer, rugby, all of them, get them over to Bermuda because Bermuda lost the World Series of Golf, and it's just a gorgeous place to play golf. And they want to bring a very, very wonderful tournament back, and so we're trying to get that off the ground.
But you do get out once a week, twice a week?
I do, and I have an event in August.
Let's hear about it.
Well, it bears my name, and believe it or not, the first year that we started, we hosted it right here at Troy Burn.
Awesome.
For a couple of years before we moved it on the other side of the river. It's the YMCA mentoring and tutoring program and other programs for underserved kids.
Oh, nice.
So Eleanor and I have been doing this for the last 19 years, and it's just been a blessing for us to be able to give something back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to be hearing you not too shortly, right around the corner, it seems. Summer goes so fast. You'll be back with K-Fan on the sidelines with the Vikings?
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting year, Rusty, because I really like what I see in Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to help that he has number 28, the best running back on the planet, to hand the ball off to. So teams are not going to be able to, pigeonhole this offense. The defense is going to be stronger. I like Mike Zimmer and his approach. He's a teacher, and I've watched him over the last year or so, and I've watched the development of other players who listen and who buy in. There are a lot of players who drank the Kool-Aid,
right?
And you've seen the results of that as well.
Yeah. And professionally, I think we're blessed here as Viking fans. PA is a great Viking announcer, isn't he?
He wears it on his sleeve.
Sometimes you're listening, you go, did he just say that?
Yeah, he did.
And what does that mean exactly? He has words and phrases.
But if you're in the covenant, you understand, but you just can't be a one-time listener and get it all because he is so prepared and so well-versed.
Yeah.
It's such a joy. We've got a great team,
Absolutely. That's,
Joe Sensor for a long time, and then I don't know who's doing it now.
You're all very good.
That thing called Pete Bursich, who has a very, very vast array of knowledge, being a former player, a former coach. So we have a very good team, and we have a lot of fun.
In fact, quite often it's your guys' voice that I listen to, even though the big screen is just across the room.
Much better commentary than what's going on TV.
I hear that from time to time, and it's a very humbling compliment when people say that. And
it came from Rusty. You don't have to be humbled by that.
Nice to see you again, man.
Always, Russ.
Yeah. And I know you. What are you going to golf today? What do you think?
It's going to probably take 13, 14, or 15 to win it, and I'm not sure what team I'm with, but I'll have to, get them in line and crack the whip a little bit.
Are you gonna?
Get it done.
Are you good off the tee, or are you better on the green?
It depends on the day. Some days you think that you can beat Tiger, and then other days you think that, well, it wouldn't take much right now
to beat Tiger.
Yeah, but I love the game. It's a great game. And
very last question, because I know they're getting ready to tee off here. If I were to hand you a football right now, how far could you punt that
I
thing?
could get you 37 yards out of bounds. Forget about hang time, Bud. Never really talked about hang time, but I could get it out of bounds. That's what I could guarantee him right now.
All right, you're hired.
Challenge accepted, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.
Be well.
The one and only Greg Coleman. Yes, we had fun with his son, and now we're making fun with his dad. It's all right.
Very nice. And he's dressed for the part. Look at
Yeah,
the shirt,
sharp.
the pants, his sharp dresser.
How's he going to keep those
Clean.
white pants clean
Yeah.
today? He's going to try. So, yeah, golf for the gift. They are getting set to tee off here. Tee off begins at noon. We lost Sean. Where did Sean go?
Sean is getting ready to golf. Sean is golfing.
Oh, that's right. Sean is golfing. So, as we wind this show up, I think we've got everyone linked to the websites, right? If they want to
Yes,
help out
we
golf
do.
for the gift and all that.
Yes, we do.
We are going to be packing up this hit show and heading down to the Chart House because it is a beautiful day to be out there enjoying Minnesota summer because it is so short. I was trying to cue up our song here. Oh, well, we'll just go. What the heck? It's been a Caddyshack kind of a day.
It has. I think it went well for a live broadcast. We've had some challenges together over the months, Rusty.
Yeah.
And this is a success.
You think so?
Yeah, a raving success.
All right. Well, then let's see if we can have even more success this afternoon at the Chart House. We've got the mayor of Lakeville will be joining us. Hesley's back. She will be back.
Yep, and if she can find it. Yep.
And then we were talking to football Hall of Famers. We're going to be talking to a Minnesota Broadcast Hall of Famer, Barry Zavan, the weatherman. He'll be joining us down there at the Chart House. So come on down if you can. We'll be out there from 5:30 till 6:30, and then we have live music right after that. Do we know who the band is?
I don't know who the band is.
The
I'm sorry.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, no, I think it's U2.
U2.
Yeah.
And the Rolling Stones.
They couldn't fit Rolling Stones on the marquee. They had to go with U2.
Down there in Lakeville. All right, folks. We'll see you this afternoon. Tee it up, baby.